do a short review of Vesper. Vesper is a indie science fiction film about a young girl named Vesper. She is living in a world that is dying. The world is resources are few. She's traveling and she's good with technology. She's traveling and seeking answers. She's looking mainly for seeds to help bring Earth back to its lush self. A futile effort, according to her floating drone robot. She befriends a young girl who is from these floating structures. I'll say this: this movie is incredibly visual. Like, it looks amazing, but it's unfortunate. The unfortunate reality is that it is more dull than I would have hoped. Not a lot happens. She and her whole goal is to kind of bring new life into the world, so to speak. It's over 90 minutes, but feels way longer. And I really had high hopes for this film. Now, as an exercise in what a small independent film can do on a low budget, I think Vesper is a beautiful, remarkably beautiful looking film where not a lot happens. It's also kind of quite depressing, along with a underneath the surface kind of message about the environment, which we've been hearing in science fiction since the beginning of science fiction. So there's nothing really new or original here. What's new and original is the look. It's almost like, I hate to say this, Vesper is sort of like a really great tech demo with a very thin story. And I honestly want to say I was a bit disappointed in this movie. So if you really love sci-fi and you want to see something that looks pretty, where not a lot happens, Vesper's for you. But and look, this just goes to show, just because a movie is an independent film, doesn't mean it's a great film. Okay, this movie is I would rate it like a 5. Around there. I'd give it a mixed review, not quite a mild even recommendation, but the visual effects, beautiful, and I wish they had spent as much time on the story as they did the effects. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I liked it a whole lot more than you did.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
Well,
Wait, you did see
I
it.
think you're right.
Why didn't you say, dude, come on, it takes forever for stuff to happen.
Yeah, there's definitely a slow pace to it. The story does, it can be compacted a little bit, but there are a lot of good things about it. One is, you brought up the visual style of it. It's kind of, I like the blend because it definitely feels like an indie film in terms of there's not a lot of production values to it, but then again, the computer graphics really do enhance it. Eddie Marsan is great as Uncle Jonas. By the way, the floating robot, that's her father. It's connected to her father, who is, and so there's a family story there, and that's the thing. I don't think you sold at all in your assessment, but her relationship with the drone is basically her relationship with her father, and and she is caught between trying to survive and trying to stay with her family, and that's what this movie is about, is this young girl's chances of survival and who she trusts and who she doesn't trust. There's another girl that comes in, and she's if I talk about more, it's a spoiler, but now a stranger comes in, and she has to decide if she trusts the stranger, and because her father doesn't, but somehow she does. And so, there's, I think what you're missing, at least in your assessment, are these relationships that are going on between her father, between this new girl, and between her uncle, who is a bad guy, but he is very, he's I wouldn't say Svengali, but he's very persuasive as to why he is, basically trying to basically be the godfather of this small region. And so I found that pretty exciting. I found it very engaging. But yeah, I will agree with you. It is slow. It is slow. But I think that's the beauty of, it's a British story. It's also the beauty of independent films, because the world building here is great, especially for an independent film. And I like the fact that it's a brand new story. It's not some rehashed IP that they're trying to do here.
Well, look,
Yeah.
I give it an A for effort, but I feel like had they put more into this, they put so much into the world building. And look, that the movie succeeds incredibly because of that. But beyond that, I'm just kind of disappointed in it. What would you rate it? So I'm recommending it for the special effects, for the world building. But what would you say? Would you?
Yeah, I
rate
mean,
it?
definitely 7. It's a
Okay, so 5 for me.
Yeah, it's not going to blow you away, but I think in terms of an alternate story to what you're getting nowadays, it's a good one.